Yo, what's up? If you are a coach looking to scale your business to 30 to 50K months, this video is gonna help you a lot because I'm gonna talk to you about the exact system that I used to scale 35 other fitness coaches in the past 6 months. And it just comes down to 3 things. You need to be dialed in with your content strategies to make sure that you are generating leads. You need to be able to convert those leads with an appointment setter and high ticket sales skills. And you have to have a dialed in fulfillment to make sure that you can charge high ticket and that you can actually get people the transformations that you say. So let's get into it. I'm gonna talk to you all about it. All right, so first, if you don't already know me, my name is Marco. I am living in Vietnam right now, and I come from a background of wrapping cars. And so I was making around 3K a month, working with Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, but I was super unhappy, as anybody would be working at a 9 to 5. And so in January of 2025, I transitioned from being a closer to working a full stack agency scaling fitness coaches, moved to Thailand, partnered with 5 coaches in January. Absolutely changed my life because I realized that I could take all my skills from being a high ticket closer for only around 4 or 5 months and just dump it into all of my friends who were fitness coaches. They all referred me to each other. And now I'm running a 30K a month business profit. That is because I have to split 50-50 with a business partner. So we are doing around 50 to 60K, doing pretty well. And we're working with over 30 fitness coaches as of right now, managing over 10 setters, living my dream life. These are the examples of all the guys that we're working with, hopping on calls with them, really helping them out. And they've made incredible transformations themselves. So super proud of all these guys. But getting into the client maxing ecosystem, the 3 things that I talked about was content. So on all these platforms, and I tried to value them by tiers. So YouTube is the most valuable, followed by Instagram and Facebook, then Snapchat and Twitter kind of fall into C tier, and TikTok is the absolute, actually it just doesn't matter if you have TikTok, in my opinion. Then we get into converting. So this is gonna be all about DMs, how to actually set up your type form correctly, taking the sales calls, making sure that you have all your payment processors dialed in, and then you fulfill. So you make sure that people are lined up for renewals, you have your client delivery on lock, you get referrals all the time, helps a ton, and you have a team behind you. So you have an appointment setter and a shadow coach helping you with fulfillment. And so this isn't a funnel, it's a machine. And it compounds the better you get at one part, because if you attract and nurture more people, you're gonna get more leads. If you convert better, you are going to close at a higher percentage, which will get you more clients. And if you fulfill and scale, then more people will talk about your service and you will just have more people renewing, right? So referrals and renewals are going to be, should be, at least half of what you generate, in my opinion, because of how much of a good job you did. So talking about the first thing is attracting and nurturing, is that this is you and your bad excuse you have for not posting. This is your content, right? This is your coaching business. So every post that you make should do one of these 3 things. I know that you probably already have a lot of success with posting, but regardless, imagine this, right? If you post and no one's buying, then who are you making content for? Because if you want fans, then you can continue to be an influencer. But this is about turning followers into buyers, into cold hard cash and transformations. It's why I actually got into fitness coaching, because I want to help fitness coaches transform lives. It's really meaningful. So every post should do one of these 3 things. Attract new eyes, warm them up for your offer, or push them to DM or fill out a form. So the way this works is that we attract new eyes. We do this through long form and short form content, both of which are containing educational and authority content. This is like you leveraging your client results. And then we funnel them all into polls and prompts, lead magnets, a type form application, and speaking to your appointment setter. And when you have all this happening, you're gonna get hella views and hella engagement. They're gonna fall in love with you. The prospects are gonna qualify themselves, and you're gonna get calls booked. All right, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I reuse graphics all the time, but it doesn't matter. So the customer journey that we create is that this is gonna be your prospect. The new coach I just followed has posted again. Wow, this guy's achieved a great transformation. I wonder what it would look like for me. I'm in a similar situation, and I guess my journey will be similar. This guy must be a premium coach because all of his results are from 3 months or more. So I'm going to be booking in a call expecting it to be 3 to 6 months. The price is 3K, that's justified, that's what I expected. You might think that this is too good to be true. The point is that this is an example, and that this is actually what you should try to create, right? Is that with all of your client testimonials, all of your results, all of your content, you want to position yourself as a premium coach, and that is why your offer is a premium price, because it is a premium offer. You offer a premium transformation with premium deliverables and a premium, everything premium. So then getting into the conversion is that this is a setter system that we use. The setter figures out where they are now, identify the problem, build a connection with them, and sets the appointment so that they are pre-qualified and ready to buy. So looking at the examples is that this is the initial part of the conversation. They claimed a lead magnet that we posted. They gave their email, and then this is our setter talking, right? Is, yo, brother, appreciate tapping in for the one-on-one coaching. What's the main goal you're trying to smash in 2025? He said, just gain some muscle. I feel that putting in the work, not seeing the scale move is frustrating. This is an example of acknowledging. You think it's more of an eating thing, like not getting enough calories or training not hitting right. He's prompting him to actually get into what it is. Then he responds, and then we qualify him. So what do you do for work? Just curious how you juggle fitness and work. He said that he works in the restaurant industry. It's not ideal, but it pays the bills. So right away, qualified him, got a job. So then we continue to build a connection with him. Our setter asks, I have a few more questions, but it would take a while over DM. Would you be open to schedule a quick 20-minute call with me so that I can better understand how I can help you get jacked for summer? Long story short, the call gets booked, and we closed this guy for a 2.5K deal for 6 months. So when you have the call, if you don't dig deep, your prospect is going to stay on the surface. And so surface level problems and surface level emotions, they don't close for high ticket. So on the call, you need to understand that every first answer that they give you is a lie. It's not actually an outright lie, but a lie in the sense that it is not how they truly feel. And so if I ask you, what's your goal with your fitness business? You might tell me that you want to make 30K per month, and you think that's true. But if I follow up with, and say we made that in the next 3 months consistently, then what would you do? You're probably going to say something like, I want to travel. I want to buy my dream car. I want to buy a house. And that is the actual goal. This has bigger emotional leverage, and this is what you're going to use to push past the objections and actually get to the point of collecting cash for the transformation. And so you're not asking questions, you're doing surgery. And so to have an impact on a B2C transaction, you have to sell the transformation. No one wants to know how much work it's going to take to get there, no matter how much they ask you what your actual offer is. You have to know your offer so that you can say it and be an authority, sound like an expert. But you want to sell this. Sell the transformation, not the flight, not the TSA, and the actual, training plan of how to get there. The most important part is that they believe that they can do it, they believe that you can help them do it, and that they can do it in the time that you agree with them. So then getting into the fulfillment is that we position everything like this. We have an onboarding form that is so in-depth that we actually use it to create their entire training and meal plan just using the onboarding form. We have shadow coaches involved, so a lot of the times the actual fitness coach that we're working with isn't creating the plan themselves, and this is due to when we start to consistently close so many clients, it gets a little hectic with the fulfillment, so you need somebody helping you, somebody on your team that is also involved in creating all these plans. So then, this is an example of a simple meal plan that I just put into this as a text format for an example. We have all the workouts in Trainerized that is input by the shadow coach, as well as the meal plan that has been developed. And once this has been developed and created, then we start getting into a weekly fulfillment schedule. And so on Sunday, you can catch up on any of the remaining calls that you had, because on Saturday, you are going to take all of your one-to-one calls, as well as Sunday. Then on Monday, you want to send a goal reminder for the week inside of Trainerized. You can either do this automatically. We have a VA and a shadow coach. However you do it, you should just have somebody on your team actually helping you do this stuff so you don't forget. And they're also low leverage tasks, so you can focus on sales and content, and actual fulfillment is what's gonna move the needle, not sending these little messages. Accountability check, message anyone that's had missing tasks on Tuesday. On Wednesday, you send the check-in call link for Friday and Saturday. Sunday is optional. If they can't make Friday or Saturday. Then on Wednesday night, have someone on your team remind them to book in the check-in call. On Thursday, send them the final reminder for the call booking, and anyone that hasn't filled out the check-in form, make sure that they fill it out, or else they won't get their check-in, okay? On Thursday night, reminder to submit the check-in form, and on Friday morning, the final reminder to submit the check-in forms, plus begin recording looms on all of the client forms so that you can deliver them before your one-to-one call, so that everyone is happy, everyone is informed, and then when you do have your one-to-one call, honestly, they're optional, as you can see, because you sent a loom going over all the updates and actually doing your job as a coach. The one-to-one calls are more for you to just save face and have some face time with your clients so that they feel like they're actually getting coached by you. And so that's where the client looms and check-ins come in so that you actually have skin in the game, that you are sitting there helping them, getting involved. And so if you are interested in finding out exactly how this can apply to your coaching business, then go to my Instagram, DM me freedom. The least I can do is personally reach out to you, actually just give you a voice note of value of some sort. You can ask me any question you want. Happy to help. A lot of the guys that we work with are actually referring me their friends. So I have very few organic clients that come from organic content. So if you have watched up until this point, you're a real one. I'll talk to you soon. Peace out.